So there's this part of us that is still underneath the noise. And I think the first part of this class, we're going to make that effort to notice that part. So just sit back. You can keep your eyes open or closed. And just put yourself into a deep state of listening. Just listen intently. Listen to all that's going on, inside and out. There may be thoughts inside your mind. There may be noises in the room, around you. There may be activity going on outside. Just listen completely with your own body. Use the body as a tool to listen at a deep level. Listen and connect with everything that's going on without trying to understand it, judge it, dissect it. Just listen with an attitude of curiosity, allowing everything that's happening to happen, allowing the changing to change. You may notice as you do that, things just sort of slow down a bit. Things become more vivid. Or it may even seem chaotic at times. In either case, allow all of that to keep happening. And notice the space upon which all of that is happening. Sort of this vast space. This spacious awareness. That's both inside and outside the body. Upon which the changing continues to change. Allow yourself to rest completely in that spacious awareness, allowing it to penetrate all aspects of yourself. inside and out. And just notice the space. That vibrant, intelligent, and empty space. Allow it to simply be, and allow yourself to rest completely as the spacious awareness just rest. Take a respite from your day. Just rest as awareness itself. Just rest. You can even explore deeper if you like. See if you can find the source of the spacious awareness. Is it actually centered anywhere? Is it centered in the body or outside of it? Explore with curiosity. See if you can find the source of this spacious awareness. Allow yourself to zen deeper into the awareness itself. Just rest as awareness itself. yourself to descend deeper exploring, looking for an end, an origin, a beginning. Just rest. Explore with that curiosity. Allow your curiosity to take you deeper. Just relax. Slowly, very slowly, you can open your eyes and relax. Okay. So there's that part of us that's still. And then on top of it, there's the changing part. There's the thoughts, feelings, what else is there? Beliefs, ideas, the outer world, the inner world, all of this. And then there's that part that's aware of all of this, that essentially from which all of this originates, and from which all of this falls back into. And it's really beginning to just relax and begin to notice that part. And that's sort of the emphasis on the first technique here. So a lot of times there's this belief that if I allow myself to be still, if I allow myself to accept that somehow I'm not going to be able to manage my life. It's kind of like kind of like the mind says, well, without me being neurotic about everything, right? I've got this list of things to do constantly, and without constantly thinking about my list of things to do, nothing in my life will get done. And so the challenge is to really question that assumption. Is it really true? I can say from experience there isn't really a truth in that. Generally, as you let go of the constant brooding problem to problem, it frees up energy for dealing with life as it's happening moment to moment. You become more spontaneous, you become more intelligent, you become more engaged. You may forget a couple of items on the list, but in exchange, you may actually be able to live. So I consider it's like a small price to pay. And the couple of items on the list will get done, either today or tomorrow, if they need to get done at all. So I think that's I was just reading Carl Rogers. Those of you who are familiar with psychology know that Carl Rogers is the advocate for what's known as humanistic psychology. But what Carl Rogers began to notice, and he was very evidence-based, was that when he simply sat with people without judgment, allowing them to tell their story, that at some point in time, because of his relaxed presence, his lack of judgment, they would become aware of other aspects of themselves. And he labeled that aspect the organismic intelligence, that insight that would just sort of spontaneously rise up, where after the story was repeated a few times, the client would kind of go and say, but it doesn't make sense. It's almost like I've been fooling myself. I've been deceiving myself. At every moment, I don't want to say the mind is engaged in deception, because that sounds almost devious. Because it's not really a devious entity. Your mind is not... I kind of dislike the classical examples for that. Everyone's heard the mind is like a monkey who's been stung by 1,000 scorpions, and that's how restless it is. And at times it really appears that way. Its nature is to move. It's the genie that needs something to do. Its nature is to go from situation to situation, attempting to solve problems. The issue with it isn't its problem-solving nature. It's an undisciplined mind creates problems and then puts energy on solving it. So I create a problem, and then now I try very, very hard to figure out a solution. And I keep running in this way. So there's the you'll really begin to notice as you observe your own mind, it's just the mind doing what it does. It's solving problems that don't exist, which is the 99% of the problems in your life are problems that don't exist. They're simply mental constructs playing with other mental constructs. So if you, it's like a classical example. How many of you have ever won an argument with your spouse? Okay, well, in my younger days, I used to argue, right? As you get older, you realize it's really pointless. There's some wisdom to aging, so those of us who are older know that. But I remember in my younger days, I would argue and lose. Of course, no one likes losing, especially when you're young and you got lots of energy. And then, so in my head, I would plan, well, I lost last time because she said this. And then next time, I'll say this to counter that. And then I'll go, and then she'll say this, and there was this mental planning exercise going on. Those who've been through this know what I'm talking about, right? It's like you're kind of planning in your head what the next line is going to be and how you'll get the advantage of this situation, right? So this is how the mind is solving a problem that doesn't exist. Because when you actually get back into that situation, it doesn't have to be with your spouse, it can be with your boss, your colleague, you know what I'm talking about. Then you go right back into that situation. The situation's new, you've had all this rehearsed, right, in your head, what I'm going to say, right? I've come in, I'm going to say this, and then the situation presents itself as totally different, and it takes the steam out of whatever argument you have. And you realize that all of your planning and preparation for this big event was basically useless, because it doesn't deal with the reality of the situation. Now again, it doesn't mean there isn't an importance sometimes to planning things out. It doesn't mean sometimes that you can't write down your thoughts and organize them in a certain way. It's not negating that, but this excessive belief that I can solve this somehow in my head, and if I only find the right solution, my life will work out. So this is the myth, right? It's that pursuit of that at some particular point in time I can rest. So I don't know if you notice, but there's the constant postponement of happiness and rest. I'll be happy when, you can fill in the blank. I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when I have children. I'll be happy when I get my next promotion. I'll be happy when I graduate college. I'll be happy when. And have you ever noticed that when that particular situation presents itself, there may be that momentary satisfaction or happiness, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not bad. It's sometimes it's satisfying when you graduate or you get married or have children or your children graduate, or all of these things are wonderful events in your life. But did you really have to postpone the happiness of the now? Did you really have to make that trade? And there again, the mind is thinking, well, if I wasn't focused on getting there, right, it would have never gotten done, and I would never reach it. Again, at a practical level, There are tasks that need to get done in life. The laundry needs to get done, the trash needs to be taken out, the house needs to be cleaned. In your workday, there are a bunch of tasks that need to get done in whatever profession you're in. There are the things to do. But do I need to postpone my happiness until those things are done? Remember the author of One Teacher is the book title I liked. It's Bliss is the Path and the Goal. So why can you not be enjoying whatever path you're on, whatever challenge you're presented with? Why cannot there be a certain amount of enthusiasm for it, for life itself? And then also, there can be some goals. And you can relish in those goals and accomplishments as well. I think one doesn't negate the other. And I think the postponing of happiness for some goal leads to a greater and greater emptiness. And then those of us who live long enough know this, right? You may achieve that promotion, you may achieve that whatever, you may get married, you may have kids, but then still life it feels incomplete. While, if you really begin to observe and appreciate the life and the body you have at this moment, which is, by the way, appreciation is a sanskar, it is a habit. And if we begin to use it a bit more, then we really begin to notice the beauty in each moment of life. It becomes kind of alive, vibrant. I'm not waiting for the when. I'm not waiting for the end of the movie. All of you know the end to this movie. So there's no real point in waiting for that, right? That's kind of depressing. So as you really begin to appreciate, so that true appreciation for, and that true appreciation for actually comes from a place that's not the me. It comes actually from self itself. By its very nature, it's appreciating all that exists. In many ways, it's appreciating itself as itself. To really begin to appreciate different aspects of yourself. And different aspects of life. So let's begin with this meditation to sort of foster a sense of gratitude and appreciation for all that is life. All the life that you have, the life that you've been living, because the reality is you can't live any other life than the life you have. There can be changes, obviously, Nothing is stagnant, but why not appreciate every aspect of it as it is now? So go ahead, close your eyes. Ground yourself in the body for a moment. Notice the various senses. The sense of touch, the sense of hearing, smell, sight, whatever it is. And notice that aspect of you that processes those senses as well. That beautiful mind takes all that information and gives it to you. These are the instruments by which life is experienced. So bring your full attention to your eyes, your sense of sight, however it may be. Open your eyes and just look at the world and really begin to appreciate the ability to experience it through the sense of sight. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Notice that sense of smell. Really begin to appreciate how you notice different smells, pleasant and unpleasant, throughout your life. How it enhances the sense of taste. Notice your mouth, the tongue. All the senses along the tongue and in the mouth that allow you to taste differences in the food, salty, sweet, bitter. Notice the surface of your body is covered with skin and all of these wonderful nerves. Notice how it creates that sense of touch. Notice the parts of your body that are connected touching external surfaces, wherever you're sitting. Your feet may be on the ground, you may be in a chair, you may be sitting on the floor. Just notice what it feels like at that boundary, that sense of touch, with deep appreciation. And really begin to notice the mind that processes all of this, creates this wealth of ideas, creates drama in your life, helps you solve problems, helps you conceptualize the world. Just really begin to appreciate that wonderful mind with all of its tendencies. Now notice the body itself, from which all of this comes. Such an intelligent organism, constantly performing tasks, over 1 trillion cells working in unison. Those cells live and die constantly. And yet, the body continues. Has so many beautiful aspects that allow you to experience life in this wonderful body. Creation of this body happened due to the parents that you had. Whatever relationship with your parents, appreciate that. And appreciate that they were responsible for your birth and this body that was created. With all of this wonderful tendencies, with everything you've experienced in life. Offer gratitude to your parents. And as you grow up, all of those wonderful memories, those wonderful relationships in your childhood that you had. The school that you might have been in, family members that you may have associated with, your siblings, all of those wonderful aspects of childhood. And offer your gratitude to those experiences and those memories that were created from those experiences. Both the pleasant ones and the unpleasant ones. Because that's what's brought you to the point you are. Offer your gratitude to the mentors in your life, the various teachers, the various people who looked after you, that helped you along the way, that may have helped you when you were down. Try to remember them. Take your time offering gratitude to each of them. The way that they've enriched your life. Offer your gratitude to anything and everything that comes to mind at this moment, to the memories that come from the past, to your anticipation of the future, to what's all going on in the here and now. Offer your gratitude to the multiplicity of experiences in your life. Offer your gratitude to all that's going on and to wherever it originates. Offer your gratitude to the divine, however you understand the divine at this moment. With complete appreciation for all that is created and all that exists in your life. Okay, slowly, very slowly, open your eyes, relax. So this appreciation for what's going on in life brings you back to what is. And it really allows you to relish and deeply appreciate this wonderful opportunity you've been given. Each one of us has been given this life as a gift. We are the gift of the divine. You are the divine incarnation. You are that which you are. and a deep appreciation for every aspect of it, both the parts we like and don't like, but just sort of really relishing in that appreciation. Okay, so uh, are there any questions?
Very nice session. Thank you, Chetanji.
No problem. So any questions so far?
Thank you. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Are we done?
uh, that's what I was going to say. If there are no more questions, because
Okay.
if there are questions, then I was going to spend about 5 minutes answering them.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're about ready to end.
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone's shy to ask.
That's true.
This is new one, new experience. It's very nice today.
Right, right, yeah.
Okay. Um, I guess there's one question: is how was your day? From someone in the group chat. The day was good, uh, and how do I say it? It was complete in itself. Um, I don't think I want to go into any more details on that to bore you with my day. Uh,
I cried actually.
uh,
Yeah, listening all this.
uh,
It's beautiful.
I'm glad it was a wonderful experience for you. Uh,
Can you please send the recording, Chetanji, for this?
yeah, the last class and this one, I'm going to ask, they're going to upload it to the YouTube. The last class is already uploaded to the YouTube, and what I can do is I can share the link in the, uh, basically to everyone in the chat, and I can definitely send it. If anyone wants to send the emails and they want a copy of this, I can send a link for that too.
Oh, that's
Okay,
great. Thank you so much.
let me send you the email.
Okay.
Thank you. For both session.
Okay. Let me just do that and I'll write it down. I'll figure out how to. I can probably just put that in. And okay. I think with that, um, yeah, I think that's true. After gratitude and appreciation, in many
Mm-hmm.
ways there are no questions left, because that's really what life is about. So if you can truly appreciate yourself in life, life becomes complete. So with that, and with the wonderful concluding prayer, which is really about that, uh, when we say Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, we say, let everyone be happy, let everyone be healthy, and let everyone be at peace. So let's conclude with that prayer. Oh. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashtit dukha bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.